Good morning, Blues. Welcome to AG Chelsea TV, your daily dose of everything Chelsea. From the latest transfer updates to match previews, exclusive insights, and behind-the-scenes action, we've got you covered. It's a brand new day, and there's plenty to talk about in the world of the Blues. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's dive into today's top stories. Chelsea still in the race for Nico Williams. Chelsea are one of 4 teams in the race to sign Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams this summer. According to reports, Chelsea have signed a number of wide players in recent windows, but they still somehow seem to be lacking in that department. Enzo Maresca is said to want 5 wingers in his squad, and with it unclear if mudryk will play for the club again given his positive doping test, and Jadon Sancho's Stamford Bridge future also far from certain. There's an opening. The Blues do have exciting talent Estevao Willian arriving this summer, but they won't want to put pressure on him from day one, whilst Chelsea agreed a deal worth up to £44 million for 17-year-old Giovanni Quenda, who will join in 2026. However, it looks like Chelsea haven't given up hope on signing Williams, who Fabrizio Romano named as a dream target. The Guardian have reported Chelsea are in the race for the 22-year-old who has a release clause of €58 million, but face competition from Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Arsenal, with Williams expected to push for a move this summer. Williams shone for Spain at Euro 2024 last summer, scoring the winner in the final against England, whilst he's helped Athletic reach the quarter-finals of the Europa League where they face Rangers. The Spain international has 9 goals and 7 assists in 38 games in all competitions this season and is out of contract in 2027. Williams would be a great addition for the Blues, but if they are to stand any chance then Champions League football has to be on offer. Chelsea facing competition from Manchester United for Victor Osimhen. Chelsea are reportedly interested in striker Victor Osimhen, but several other Premier League giants are vying for his services as well. Last summer it seemed like it was all set for Victor Osimhen to make his way to Stamford Bridge. The transfer was near the finish line but got tripped up at the last minute due to complications over wages. According to insider C. Phillips, the failed move unsettled Osimhen at Napoli and he was sent on loan to Galatasaray, while the Italian club brought in former Chelsea striker Romelu Lukaku to replace him. There are reports now that Chelsea are back in the race for the Nigerian star, but they will be facing stiff competition from other clubs in the Premier League, most notably Manchester United. According to Caught Offside, Osimhen's €75 million release clause and wages of around £100,000 a week are not going to put off United but might scare off Chelsea from further pursuit. United are in an even bigger crisis than Chelsea at the moment and are mired in mid-table mediocrity. They have failed in their recent striker purchases, with Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee combining for just 6 goals in the Premier League this season. Their desperation, along with Chelsea's current distaste for signing players older than 23, could help United pip the Blues for Osimhen's signature. We hope that is not the case, as we believe Osimhen is the best striker option on the market for a number of reasons. He has a long track record of banging in goals with 76 in 133 appearances for Napoli and an absurd 26 goals in 31 appearances for Galatasaray so far this season. Clear Chelsea stance on Jadon Sancho. Chelsea head coach Enzo Maresca has stressed that Jadon Sancho's situation has not changed despite the emergence of a clause that could see the winger remain a Manchester United player. When announcing Sancho had joined on loan during transfer deadline day last summer, the Blues said they had an obligation to sign the player permanently. It was then widely reported that the agreement was on the condition they finished at least 14th in the Premier League this season. As such, with Chelsea 4th and 15 points clear of 15th place Everton, it appears to be a matter of time before that condition is satisfied. However, it emerged last month that Chelsea reputedly could pay £5 million compensation to United and not sign Sancho. During a press conference on Wednesday morning, the day before Chelsea host Tottenham Hotspur, the feeling of uncertainty surrounding the player's future arose as a topic of discussion. Maresca spoke about whether he had a message for Sancho and if the player needed to prove more to him and the club. "No, but, to be honest, probably you have more news than me. In terms of Jadon," he responded. "For me, Jadon's situation doesn't change, it's exactly the same. For sure, in terms of numbers, he could do better, no doubt. But it's not just about Jadon. I think we have more players in the same situation. Now, I don't need to give Jadon a message because I speak with Jadon every day. I had a conversation yesterday with him. He has just to continue to give his best until the end. And this is what we want from Jadon." Chelsea considers selling Nicolas Jackson. Top Chelsea insider Matt Law has claimed he could see a scenario where the Blues consider selling Nicolas Jackson this summer if someone comes in with a good bid. Chelsea face a critical summer with a number of key positions needing to be addressed, and the Blues are looking to sign a striker, centre-back and right-footed attacker. The main priority for the Blues has got to be getting a striker, as they are in desperate need for an alternative to Jackson. After failing to address the issue in the summer, the Blues paid the ultimate price for not dealing with it again in January, as both Jackson and Mark Guiu got injured on deadline day against West Ham. Jackson is in line to return against Tottenham on Thursday night after 2 months out, and Maresca has revealed the Senegalese is fit to start, but it's unlikely he will play the full 90. The 23-year-old, who signed a 2-year contract extension last year, keeping him at the club until 2033, is a key part of Maresca's team, but Law has stated he could see a scenario where Chelsea sell the Senegalese. "I don't really see a scenario where Nico moves out to the left and that becomes his position," he told the London is Blue podcast, "and I don't think Nico would particularly accept that. Really, I could see a scenario where if someone came in with a good bid for Nico, they'd consider selling him. That is a guess. Given the need for a striker, the idea of possibly selling Jackson seems far-fetched, and adding a striker to provide competition and for him to learn from is only going to make him a better player." Chelsea's £1 billion Stamford Bridge decision that could tear the club apart. Chelsea's £1 billion stadium redevelopment faces numerous obstacles, including past failed attempts due to real estate rivalries, legal disputes, and political tensions. Stamford Bridge, one of the oldest stadiums in the Premier League, is falling behind competitors in capacity and revenue generation. The club's owners, Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital, are divided on whether to rebuild at the current site or relocate, with Earls Court as a potential alternative. Both agree on the need for a modern, multi-purpose venue to maximize commercial opportunities. However, logistical challenges, financial concerns, and fan approval, particularly from the Chelsea pitch owners, who control the stadium's freehold, complicate the process. A complete rebuild would require Chelsea to temporarily relocate, possibly to Wembley, for up to 7 years. Architects suggest integrating the new stadium into its urban surroundings, but constraints such as railway lines and space limitations present difficulties. Despite Chelsea's strong player sales offsetting financial disadvantages, experts question whether this strategy is sustainable long-term. Expanding Stamford Bridge is almost ruled out due to limited space, meaning the club must make a major decision soon to secure its future competitiveness. Andre Santos has convinced AC Milan. The 20-year-old is currently on loan at Chelsea's sister club Strasbourg, where he has truly impressed. In 27 appearances, Santos has scored 10 goals. The Brazilian has also got to captain Liam Rosinier's side despite his young age. The likes of AC Milan and Bayern Munich are now said to be interested in him. Back in January, it was claimed that Bayern were keeping a close eye on Santos. While Santos is still only 20 and has not been playing in Europe for too long, Milan are confident he can make an impact for them. According to Team Talk, the 7-time Champions League winners are interested in signing Santos on loan this summer, believing that he is ready to be a starter at the San Siro. The Brazil international was recently asked about his future but said no decision had been made yet. In the interview that Santos gave, he said, "The two clubs and my agent will discuss it at the end of the season. For the moment, the focus is on Strasbourg, with 7 games left. Our goal is to finish as high as possible. But we must remain united. Qualifying for the Champions League would be a great achievement for us and for our fans." As well as Milan and Bayern, Inter Milan and PSG are also interested in Santos. According to reports, it means the former Nottingham Forest loanee could have a lot of options if he decides to leave Stamford Bridge this summer, with Romeo Lavia picking up yet another injury. Though, Chelsea have even more reason to keep hold of him. Santos will want to play regularly next term, especially after the season that he has had at Strasbourg. However, with Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez being Chelsea's first-choice midfielders, Enzo Maresca will not be able to guarantee Santos a starting spot. He has way too much quality to sell, though, making another loan the more likely outcome if the ex-Vasco da Gama star wants regular minutes next term. Bart Verbruggen transfer stance revealed. Both Chelsea and Manchester City are set to look for reinforcements in between the sticks this summer. The Blues have been alternating between Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen this term, but both have come under some criticism. City haven't had much luck in goal either, with Ederson far from his best this season and the jury still being out on Stefan Ortega. Meanwhile, Verbruggen has been shining at Brighton and making a name for himself as one of the best young goalkeeper around. However, TBR football chief correspondent Graham Bailey understands that Verbruggen has told Brighton he is not looking to leave the club this summer. the 22-year-old has emerged as one of the most highly rated young goalkeepers in world football. Verbruggen has caught the attention of a host of clubs, including Chelsea, whose goalkeeping chief Ben Roberts is understood to rate extremely highly. Man City are also looking at potential options to replace their first-choice keeper this summer, Ederson having previously been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. TBR also understand that Barcelona and Bayern Munich are also admirers of Verbruggen, watching him closely this season. However, sources with knowledge of the situation have confirmed to TBR Football that Verbruggen and his camp are not in a hurry to quit the Amex Stadium. They feel at least another 12 months at Brighton would be beneficial and sensible at this point of his career. Verbruggen joined Brighton from Anderlecht for around £16 million in 2023, and he has made a real name for himself in the Premier League. The 22-year-old has made 58 appearances for the Seagulls, keeping 15 clean sheets, and has also won 20 caps for the Netherlands. Chelsea player gains 5 to 6 kilograms of muscle. Last summer, Chelsea signed Aaron Anselmino from Boca Juniors and immediately sent him back on a season-long loan deal. The Premier League club cut short the centre-back's loan stay and recalled him in January due to injuries to other players. He's yet to make his debut for the Blues. Journalist German Garcia Grova, writing in his column for Bolevet, provides the latest on Chelsea's plans for the 19-year-old. The defender has so far made only one appearance for Chelsea U21, and it was against Liverpool U21 in February. He has been sidelined since then due to an injury and is now close to regaining full fitness. German Garcia Grova claims Enzo Maresca has a clear plan for the Argentine, who has been working on improving his fitness. Anselmino has gained 5 to 6 kilograms of muscle mass and undergoes special training to put the recurring muscle injuries behind him. That's a wrap for today's Chelsea news. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AG Chelsea TV so you never miss an update on the Blues. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep the blue flag flying high. Come on, Chelsea!